There are many challenging tasks that HR faces. Let's take a closer look at some of those tasks. Key challenges that HR faces involve talent acquisition, employee retention, regulatory concerns, performance evaluations, workplace diversity, difficult employees, terminations or layoffs, the recruiting process, or equal and fair treatment. Let's take a closer look at some of these. Talent acquisition. In the competitive recruitment landscape, HR struggles to attract qualified candidates. Factors like high demand for skilled workers, evolving expectations, and a smaller talent pool complicate efforts. To overcome these challenges, HR must enhance outreach strategies and strengthen employer branding to maintain a compelling market position. Employee retention. Employee retention is challenging for HR because it requires balancing numerous factors. These factors include, but are not limited to, global economic pressures, evolving employee expectations, toxic work environment, lack of appreciation, and inadequate compensation. Retention strategies. Retention strategies are important for any company. There are 4 pillars of employee retention strategies. The first pillar is well-being, which involves the work-life balance. The second pillar is company culture. Hire a cultural fit. The third is training and development, which is mentorship and opportunities. The fourth is rewards and recognitions, those perks that employees want. Regulatory compliance and ethics is a major HR challenge, particularly wage and hours, which require minimum wages to be paid based on the state you live in or the county or city. Another one is paid sick leave. For instance, in California, everyone is entitled to paid sick leave, whether you're part-time or full-time. Another one is regarding data privacy. This ensures that employees' data is protected under various laws. Another one is anti-discrimination laws, upholding fair hearing processes, preventing workplace discrimination. Performance evaluations are often difficult for small companies. 4 common methods for performance evaluation are self-assessment, where the employee evaluates their own performance, often using predefined criteria or rubrics. This allows for self-reflection and provides a starting point for discussion with their manager. The second is peer review. In this one, colleagues and peers provide feedback on an employee performance, offering insight into their work habits, teamwork, and interaction with others. The third, and one I like a lot, is the 360 feedback. It gathers feedback from multiple sources, including supervisors, subordinates, peers, and even clients or customers, providing a comprehensive perspective on an employee's performance. The fourth type is management objectives. This focuses on setting clear goals and objectives for the employee, then evaluating their performance based on whether they have achieved these goals. Performance evaluations are difficult because subjectivity and bias can get in the way. They are time consuming and resource intense. They are emotionally uncomfortable. They involve legal and compliance risk. There is a lack of clear performance metrics. There's no regular check-ins, and there is a disconnect between performance and reward. Difficult employees. This can be a huge challenge for HR managers, probably one of the most challenging. This could involve getting an employee to comply with company policies or follow instructions, or motivating them to keep engaged in their work. Terminations and layoffs can most definitely be a huge challenge for HR. Terminating or laying off an employee from a company is probably one of the most challenging roles because you're affecting someone else's life, their potential income, and their way of living. It can also take a massive toll on you if you don't have the right tools to cope and deal with that sort of pressure. The recruiting process, while it might not initially seem like a huge challenge for HR, it is a huge challenge. And this is why. Recruiting is one of HR's most critical tasks because it directly impacts the organization's performance, culture, and long-term success by ensuring the right talent is hired. A strong recruiting process helps attract and select qualified candidates, reducing employee turnover, which is a major thing, employee turnover. And the reason is that every time you terminate an employee and hire a new employee, you have to train them, and turnover costs. It also increases productivity and builds a positive employer brand when you hire the right people. Equal and fair treatment. Equal and fair treatment is crucial in HR because it boosts employee productivity, retention, and morale while avoiding legal issues. It is a challenge because achieving true fairness is complex, requiring distinguishing between equality and equity, and involves overcoming issues such as unconscious bias and resistance to change. For example, an HR manager might overlook checking in on an extremely satisfactory and positive employee because on the surface there's nothing to check in on, and that can be a huge mistake. The next step. Let us help you with your most challenging task. Call for a free consultation today